I want to take you back to 2015. The alarm went off. It was a Monday morning. And before I'd even opened my eyes, stress and overwhelm had taken me over. And the reason for this is I wasn't thankful for this day. I was thinking about the to-do list, everything that I had to be for everyone else, and the fog from the wine that I drank the night before. I was exhausted before my feet even touched the floor. And I'm going to tell you, I knew in that moment that something had to change, but I didn't know. But I knew I was living in shame and guilt. I knew I wasn't the mom that I wanted to be, the wife I wanted to be, or the woman that I knew that I should be. And then someone gave me something that I didn't even know that I needed. And that was permission. Permission to not be perfect. Permission to think of myself. Permission to ask for help without guilt. And say no without feeling that I'm letting someone down. To prioritize myself. And for me, that person was my husband. And maybe for you, it could be a friend, it could be a mentor, it could be your parent. And if you don't have that person in your life, let that person be me. I'm giving you permission. It took me almost 10 years to change the way that I thought, to know my worth, to realize that I could put on my own oxygen mask first before I did for others. And I knew that it was time. I decided to put down the drink and start focusing on myself so I could be the best version of myself for me and then for everyone else in my life. And there was a day that I would wake up and I was unhappy and I had anxiety like I shared. But today I wake up and I have gratitude. There was a day that I would wake up in dread. And today I'm grateful for a new day. You see, I have found my voice. I set healthy boundaries. I now am caring for myself. I know my worth. I love the woman that I am. Now I want to share a little bit about myself. Thank you for introducing me and having me here. I am Marci Hopkins. Yes, I am a TV host. I have my own podcast, Wake Up with Marci. I am the author of Chaos to Clarity, Seeing the Signs and Breaking the Cycles. I'm also a part of a few other books. I have one with Les Brown that's coming out in about, I'm so excited, in about 6 weeks. And the other thing is I'm a mental health contributor on a network called Connecting America. But most importantly, I stand up here as a woman that has gone through it. I've had the shame. I've had the guilt. I've lived in the silence, but I've gotten to the other side. And now I'm thriving. I'm happy. I'm living in peace. And I can stand up here today and claim my space. And I've learned 3 major shifts that have been brought up today multiple times, but I'm going to focus on these 3 things. They help me, and I believe that they can help you too, because I am here because I want to help others to know that they can do the same. So the first is living in gratitude. The second is knowing your worth and regaining your power. And the third is forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, and letting go of that shame. So embracing gratitude in our lives. What is gratitude anyway? It's about being thankful and appreciating the things that you have in your life right now. Recognizing what you have instead of what is lacking in your life, what you want. We have so many beautiful things in our lives right now. It's just learning to recognize those things. Believe me, I was in a place of lack. It didn't matter what my life looked like from the outside. I felt sorry for myself. I was a victim. I had been through it. I'd been through the trauma. Nobody knew what I was going through. But you see, I had to let go. And I had to start noticing the things that I did have, the abundance that I did have in my life, and start noticing the joy that I had in my life instead of the things that I was really unhappy about, but I didn't need to be unhappy about. That was trauma that I had not worked through at that point. And so, what is so beautiful about living in a space of gratitude is it is science-backed. There are things that happen within our body when we live in a place of gratitude. Our bodies release serotonin and dopamine, which are the feel-good chemicals that are in our brain. And we mask that dopamine by many of the addictions that we have. Our body stops creating the dopamine. But when you have it naturally, you stay happy continuously instead of that little high for the glass of wine. Then the second is your reticular activating system. This trains our brain, retrains our subconscious to start seeing the things in our lives that we have. We learn so much through the programming, how sad life is, how life continues to happen to us. Oh, woe is me. But we have to do the steps to retrain our brain, rewire our brain. And then your brain literally seeks the joy in your life instead of that stress, overwhelm, and lack. So how do we incorporate gratitude into our lives? There's 3 simple exercises that I'm going to share with you today that you can start right away. And the first is before you get out of bed in the morning, think of 3 things that you are grateful for, and think of small things. The warm shower you're about to have, that first cup of coffee, which is so amazing, or first cup of tea, and then the roof over your head. Even if it's not the roof you want, you have a roof over your head. Then the second is get a gratitude jar or a box, whatever works for you. And then you write these things down. And when things aren't going well or you're having a bad day, life is happening. It happens. You go back to those things that you are grateful for in your life. You read those things and you shift how you feel. You literally notice in that moment, hey, this isn't working out, but look at all the things that are working out for me. And then one that I really love, and it stands out so much for me, is imagine waking up tomorrow with the things that you are grateful for today. I'm going to start listing them off right now because this one is so powerful. Imagine waking up tomorrow with the things that you are grateful for today. And what is so amazing about our brains, it literally cannot think of 2 things at one time. So you have a choice in this moment. Do you want to stay in the stress and the sadness and the victimhood and feeling sorry for yourself in that moment? Or do you want to see the gratitude? Do you want to feel the joy? You get to choose that. That's the power you have. So I'd love to engage with you right now. What is one thing that you could feel grateful for right now? Can anyone say anything out loud?
Being an international speaker now.
Yes, yes. Love it.
That's exactly what I was going to
Oh, I love that. Listen, we have these big things and today is amazing. But you made a choice to be here. You are meeting like-minded women. You chose you. And that's what really matters here. And what I'm grateful for is that I have the opportunity to share space with all of you incredible people right now. So yeah, there was a time, like I said, I had the victimhood. I felt sorry for myself. Nobody understood what I was going through. My husband worked all the time. I had to take care of my kids, all the things that I had to do. But I had to change the way that I was thinking. You can't keep worrying about the past and staying stuck in that story. You can't worry about what's going on in the future. You got to stay in the present. It's beautiful to stay in this moment because this is the only moment that we have control of. There's something I want to teach you really quick or share with you. It's a tool I use. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. So right now, to get you present and grounded, you think of, you see 3 things in the room that you can identify. Wherever you are, doesn't matter, you can do it in the bathroom. Then 3 things that you hear, okay? And then 3 things that you can touch. And it brings you back to that moment. So the reality is that gratitude can change your life, shift your thinking, change your mindset. And also, I love this quote by Rhonda Burns. Rhonda Burns is the author of The Secret. If you haven't read that, get it right away. But she says, the universe loves a grateful person because a grateful person attracts magic. We've heard about the energy work, right? So you think about what you put out there is what you attract. If you're putting out negativity all the time, you're going to attract the negativity. If you're putting out positivity, what are you going to get back? Positivity. Yes. So now I'm going to share the CARE method. And this is something that I've put together that helps us to take our power back with 4 fundamental steps. The first is communicating clearly, right? We have something going on. I loved with the cards, it was shared that, approaching hard subjects. And that's hard. But the reality is our words matter. When we come at someone and we're using the you word, you made me feel this way, you did this to me, instead of I felt this way when you didn't listen to me, when you didn't allow me to share my feelings in that moment. And it's also important, the words, the tone, and when. Because if somebody is busy, hungry, they got something to do, and now you're coming at them, they're immediately going to put up the wall. So just think of yourself, put yourself in that position. Yes, we all need to have those hard conversations. And it was so long that I just pushed it down, because I didn't know how to communicate. Because in my home, everybody just blew up. Nobody knew how to connect and talk. And then you act like nothing happened the next day. So it's so vital, this communication. Then asking for help without feeling that guilt. And this is something that was really difficult for me. I thought I had to do everything. I had to be perfect. If I asked for help, that showed weakness. But the reality is, when we ask for help, we are showing strength. We are allowing someone else to work with us, to be a part of something with us. One thing that I really had to change when it came to asking for help was when I was working, I'm taking the kids back and forth to whatever extracurricular activity they have, and then helping with homework, and now I got to think about dinner. The dreaded dinner, right? And here I think that I got to do it all myself. that my family expects me to put this healthy, hot meal on the table. But you know what? I made a decision to start asking for help. Make the table for me, for my children. Get the water. Help where you can, right? Don't feel bad about getting the Instacart. Don't feel bad about ordering dinner. And when I did these things, you know what happened? No one was upset. Everyone, they took their part in the teamwork of getting dinner together, realizing we all have busy lives and one person doesn't have to do it all. And we as the woman, a lot of times believe that we have to do it all. And we don't. And we are giving that power of connection the more that we ask for help. And then there is reinforcing your boundaries. Recognizing that no is a complete sentence. We don't have to over-explain ourselves, right? If something doesn't work out for us, we have the power to say it's not going to work out, that we can't do it. And then embracing your worth. Stop asking for permission to be seen. Stop trying to be small. Claim your space. This is an inside job. We look to others for validation, but this is something we find from within. You have the ability to speak your truth, to own yourself, and you're trusting yourself and taking up the space. And the wonderful thing, you have less stress and burnout, stronger relationships, and greater confidence. And then now, forgiveness. We cannot move on if we carry the weight of the shame and we keep holding on to that. And this is not about excusing the past, the hurt, how someone else has wronged you. This is about releasing the shame and taking your power back, not allowing them to hijack your space in your brain. They probably haven't even thought about it, and you keep thinking about it. Now, with all of these things, these are practices. They're not something that's going to happen overnight. We need to continue daily to grow in all of these areas. So then I've created the 3 R's so we can remember these things, right? Recognize what happened, okay? But you need to recognize it without judgment. Don't judge yourself for it. It happened. But now you need to release what has happened. That judgment, that thing that you did, that you're carrying that shame about, it doesn't define you. Your past mistakes do not define you. And then you need to reframe how you think about it. We all make mistakes through those difficult, bad times. That's where we learn the most. So reframe it as a learning experience. Then there's forgiving others. And I know that this is so hard. Somebody's wronged you. How could I let that go? My mother kept me in a home that wasn't safe. I'm asked so often how could I have forgiven her, feeling that she chose her addiction over me. But what I had to do is I had to separate her as my mom, and I had to look at her as a woman. What was her upbringing? How did she feel about herself? Her validations was from another man. She was not a strong woman. She did the best that she could. And I didn't forgive her until she passed away. And recently I shared about this on a podcast. And afterwards, the gentleman told me that was interviewing me that this story allowed him to reach back out to his mother, start forgiveness, and rebuild a relationship. So there is so much power in forgiveness. And remember, you don't have to continue a relationship. You just let it go. As I was just saying, lets you go, it sets you free, right? Breaking the chains, because it does keep us chained to that story. And here are some of the benefits. There's so many more, but emotional freedom, better mental health, healthier relationships. And I just wanted to have you all think about, what is one thing that you want to forgive yourself for right now, or somebody else? Can you start that today for yourself? So the worth is not something, owning your worth is not anything that you're going to get from anyone else. You get to choose your worth. We're never told how to build on our worth, our self-esteem, our self-love. But the reality is, it's not anything outside of ourselves that's going to give that to us. You need to do it for yourself. So get quiet with yourself. Start doing things that you love. Allow yourself to have that time for yourself, even if it's that 5 minutes before you get out of bed. Rest, care for you. Go inside, listen to the voice from your higher self and your higher power. And that's where you're going to find that love and that worth. So right now, if you can close your eyes and picture a day when you wake up in your bed and you have a smile on your face and you feel excited about the day, that you know that you have opportunities awaiting you that you can be grateful for. Think about a day that you're excited about being a mother or a father to your child, that you can be excited to be the person you are. So I was hoping for a little Q&A, but we don't have any time for that. So I would like to say that if anyone would like to talk more, please connect with me. I'd love to talk with you. Scan here. I have put together an ebook that can continue this work of letting go of overwhelm. I also have my phone number here, 201-230-9576. If anyone would like to connect with me, text with me. Let's have coffee over Zoom. I would love to connect with you. That's right. And we have to do this one last thing. All right? Please repeat after me. I declare a life. I deserve a life of gratitude. I deserve a life of confidence. Absolutely. And you all certainly deserve all of those things. And I want you to know that you are beautiful, you are worthy, your past does not define you, and the path to peace, love, abundance, and joy awaits you now. Thank you.